Hi boys and girls and caregivers. This is Miss Kiki with Learn and Play Tampa Bay. We are brought to you by Glacier Children's Museum, and we are generously funded by the Children's Board of Hillsborough County. Today, boys and girls, I'm going to read a book to you. It's from the series of Peppa Pig. Some of the characters may be familiar to us. In this particular story, as we can see in the title, George catches a cold. Now, as I'm looking at the picture, there's some hints about what may be happening inside of the story. Let's read and see if our guesses were correct. George catches a cold. Mummy Pig says Peppa and George can play in the rain, but they must wear rain clothes to keep dry. But George hates wearing his rain hat, so he has thrown it down in a muddy puddle. Peppa knows that this is not a good idea. Hee hee! Snort, grunt. Come inside, children, calls Daddy Pig. It's raining too hard now. Where's your hat, George? Asked Mommy Pig. Achoo! Replied George. Oh dear, George has caught a cold. Achoo! George cannot stop sneezing. Poor little George, says Mummy Pig. You don't look very well. Don't worry, I'll call Dr. Brown Bear, says Daddy Pig. Look at George's face. Will George go to the hospital? Asks Peppa. No, George has to go to bed, replies Daddy. So George is not truly sick then? Said Peppa, disappointed. George, you have to stay in bed until you are better, says Daddy Pig. Why? Asks George. Because you have to keep warm, says Daddy. Look, George brought a friend to bed with him to keep him company. I wonder how many of you have friends at home that keep you company when you have to go to bed. Dr. Brown Bear is here to see George. Open wide and say, ah! George is a little afraid of Dr. Brown Bear, and he hides under his sheets with Mr. Dinosaur. It's a good thing he had his friend there, huh? Make him feel better. Dr. Brown asks Peppa to show George that he doesn't have to be scared. Ah, said Peppa. George laughs, and he comes out from under his sheets. He opens his mouth so Dr. Brown Bear can look. Ah, said George. Who else looks like they're doing the right thing? George has caught a cold, Dr. Brown Bear tells Mummy Pig. He can have some warm milk at bedtime to help him sleep. Thank you, Dr. Brown Bear, says Mummy Pig. You're welcome. Goodbye, says Dr. Brown Bear before driving off in his special white car. The next morning, George wakes up early. The warm milk made him sleep very well. Roar, cries George, waking up Peppa. He's obviously feeling much better. Roar! And look, Peppa has her own buddy that she sleeps with. You know, the smile on George's face also tells me that he is feeling better. It's a lovely sunny day, but George is wearing his rain hat. He doesn't want to catch another cold. "Oh, George, you don't need to wear your hat when it's warm and sunny," Mummy Pig tells him. And they all laugh. Now, George never goes in the rain without his hat again. Boys and girls, thank you for spending time and sharing this book with us. In this book, we saw that George had a little bit of a hard time listening to something that he didn't want to do at first. I know that happens to me sometimes. But listening to our caregivers will usually make the day go smoother. Have a good day.